Hey everybody in YouTube land, new video for you. Today I want to talk to you about situational awareness. Now, I do want to say right up front, this isn't going to be really in depth. I'm just giving you something to think about, okay? I don't want to spend the time to do several videos on situational awareness because it could take that if I really wanted to go in depth. I don't. So, with that said, we'll just get right into it. I need to let you know also, I wrote everything out word for word because I didn't want to forget anything. So I'm going to be reading what I wrote instead of necessarily, looking at the camera. So anyway, situational awareness is very important considering the times that we're living in. You guys have heard more news stories than you want to hear, I'm sure, about different places where there was a shooting or a bombing or a school shooting or a mall shooting or whatever. Now, as an example, I live in Podunk. It takes us the closest mall that we can get to. Will take us about an hour and 45 minutes to get there. That's the closest city. Okay? And with that being said, I do live in Podunk and middle of Kansas. And for us, it was a surprise, kind of. Things have been changing, but it still comes off surprising to hear, shocking to hear. In our local mall, somebody was shot. Some guy, nut job, went in and shot somebody just a week ago. So it happens no matter where you're at. With that said, being aware is very important. Okay, so I'm just going to jump right into this here. First and most important thing you need to do is observe, okay? You need to be very aware of the things that are going on around you. Basically, be very alert, okay? Not in fear. Don't be paranoid. It'll show all over you. It'll be displayed on your face, and it'll also present itself in your actions if you're fearful or paranoid. Don't be, okay? It's not a good thing. You don't have to be. Being aware and looking around you and having your head on a swivel doesn't mean being, oh my gosh, just don't. You don't have to bring attention to yourself to be very aware of what's going on around you, right? Okay. So you just, scope it out. Look, make sure you see what's happening around you all the time. You need to be aware of all the exits in a building, All buildings by law have to have 2 exits minimum. Sometimes they have more. Depends where you're at, what you're doing, right? So be very aware of where the exits are, not just the one you came in at, okay, into the building at. Be aware of your exits, okay? Be aware and keep very aware of people's behavior. You need to learn to observe people. You don't have to be the creepy old guy on a park bench watching people, but you do need to be very mindful of the people around you. Keep an eye on what they're doing. What's everybody up to? What are they doing? Most people have their nose in their phones. But keep an eye on people around you. It's very important. So be a people watcher and be aware if anyone starts to act odd or off. Okay? Those are the folks you want to keep an eye on. If somebody starts acting out of the norm of everyone else around them, keep an eye on them. That could be very, very important. Watch them, see what they're up to. Okay? If you see someone acting out or acting strangely, immediately begin thinking about what you're going to do next. Okay? The reason I say that, if they're acting strangely, and suddenly they break out into some kind of weird behavior, you need to be aware of, okay, what am I going to do next if they start freaking out? Or if they pull out a gun, what am I going to do? You need to have your brain engaged, okay? You need to be very engaged when you're in public anymore. Not fearful, not paranoid. Engaged, okay? And then, again, I'll state it again. Be very aware of where the exits are when you go into a building. Whether it's a store, a mall, a library, a restaurant, whatever. I don't know. Who uses libraries anymore? Well, anyway, anything, okay? Any building, public building. All right, so be aware of the crowd's behavior as well. Okay, not just a single person's. If something starts happening out of the norm, you need to be aware of how the crowd is behaving as well. Because sometimes things just snap, people just all of a sudden just go off and start rioting or whatever. You need to be aware of what the crowd around you is doing. If stuff does go down, you need to come up with a plan and act very quickly. You have to be on top of this all the time, on top of your game, okay? You need to be able to formulate a plan in your mind immediately if something happens. And if something happens, you need to stay calm and not freak out, okay? Because if you get freaked out and you're not calm, you're going to react improperly. You will react wrong. It will definitely inhibit anything that you need to do or proper thinking, okay? It's going to mess you up. So you need to stay calm. If you find that your heart's beating out of your chest because somebody just shot somebody in the other room or whatever, you heard a gunfire, breathe. Just slow your breathing down. Be aware, look around, see what's going on, but breathe. Calm yourself down. Okay. Then you can calmly move out of the situation. Don't draw attention to yourself if you're leaving with yourself and your family. Okay? Don't act weird about it. Just calmly leave the area. Leave. You don't need to stay there. Okay? All right. Most people get caught off guard because their eyes are in their cell phones. Right? Yeah, all day. Walking around. You guys see it all the time, all the time. One of the funniest videos on YouTube, and I know we're not supposed to laugh at somebody's misfortune, but honestly, I think this lady totally deserved it. She is walking down the mall. People are all around her doing whatever they're doing, but she's walking down the mall. She has her face in her phone, and she walks right into and falls right into the fountain, the water fountain. Right under the water, smash, right into the water. She got a bath. She literally fell. She was in a nice dress. She was dressed decently. If I remember right, it was a dress. She could have been in pants, but she was dressed nicely. And she took a header right into the mall fountain, right into it, because her nose was in her phone. She was not aware of anything going on around her. She was lost in her phone. Okay? That's how most things happen to people anymore. When the bad guys are out and about doing their thing, if they see you like this and you're not paying attention, it's just an open opportunity for them to do whatever it is they choose to do. Okay? Because people don't pay attention. They're not engaged. They're not using situational awareness. They have no clue what's going on around them. Okay, so if you're in a public building, this is going to rub a lot of you wrong. You're going to blow me off, and this is going to be it right here. This is where I'm going to lose you. But if you're in a public building, put your phone away. When you're going out of your car and you're walking to the mall, to the store, put your phone away. Don't walk in the parking lot looking at your phone. Okay? Put it away. And just pay attention to what's going on around you. How many times have you guys seen somebody walking with their phone and either you've been in the car or you've just observed someone and they're walking and then all of a sudden they're startled like crazy because they just about walked into a car or a car pulled up coming right toward them and they never even realized the car was there. Happens all the time. They are not aware of their surroundings. Okay? When you get in the building, put it away. You went to go to the store to shop, to do whatever it is you have to do, or to a restaurant to eat, whatever, I don't know, whatever you're doing. You don't need your phone in your hand while you're doing it. Do your business, get all your stuff done you need to do without looking at your phone while you're doing it, because it's a distraction. It will totally keep you from being aware of your surroundings. Okay, I'm harping, huh? I don't mean to be. Okay, this is important. When you walk back to your car, don't have your phone in your hand. Put it away when you leave the building. You shouldn't even have it in your hand when you're in the building. But when you leave the building, for sure, if it's in your hand, put it away while you walk to your car. So many robberies, abductions, whatever, take place when someone is walking to their car in broad daylight or at night looking at their phone. You know, the bad guy could be right on the other side of a van parked in a parking spot right next to your car or something. But your nose is in the phone so you don't see it. And next thing you know, boom, trouble immediately. Put your phone away till you get in your car. Okay, we're still talking situational awareness. This is part of it. Put it away till you get in your car. When you get in your car, you're not being paranoid, and I'm not trying to fearmonger. When you get in your car, lock your doors. Sit down, lock your doors. Okay? Again, you know, it's not all Hollywood. Think about the times that you heard a news report or whatever, or heard somebody or saw something where someone just opened a car door and grabbed somebody, either threw them out or put a gun in their face or told them to move over, and they hijacked the car while there's somebody in it. It happens all the time in the cities. It probably happens in some of the rural areas like where I live. You know, I'm sure. When you get in your car, lock the doors. Very important. Then do whatever you got to do on your phone. Fiddle around with your phone all you want, and then put it away before you start driving. Okay. Let's see. What's next? Yeah. Okay, so the next thing I wanted to ask you is, what do you have, what system do you have in place, and what have you used regularly to where you know it like the back of your hand, okay, to be able to defend yourself if something happens? If something happens, what are you going to do? You know, just boom, the bad guy's right up in your face. What are you going to do? It's really something to think about, folks. Very important. You need to be able to defend yourself. Not only do you need to defend yourself, whatever you're using to defend yourself with, no matter what it is, you need to train with it, know it inside out and backwards. Practice, practice, practice. So it's just muscle memory. Okay. Now, I'm going to show you a few items I use and give you guys some ideas. And the cool thing is, a couple of the items I use right here, you can find them on YouTube, and you can watch the training videos, and you can learn about the product. Okay? All right. Number one, the one that's scary that nobody wants to talk about, and you already know, is a weapon. Okay? Now, listen, this isn't loaded. I don't even have the magazine in it. But having a gun, I believe, in this day and age is very important. The fortunate thing for me in the state of Kansas, you can have a concealed carry or an open carry. You can have it in your in your car. It can be loaded. It can be loaded on your person. That is called constitutional carry or reciprocity. I can't even say it, but it's allowing you via the Constitution to be able to carry a gun without having to ask anyone's permission. It's legal in our state. Having a gun is very important. Now, if you do have one, I suggest for the women, I'm not putting you down, I'm trying to give you helpful suggestions. This gun may be a little too big for you, okay? My wife cannot handle this gun. She cannot shoot it because it's too hard a recoil for her, it's too heavy for her, okay? So I would find yourselves a handgun, going to a dealer and look at some weapons, look at some handguns, and find out what's very comfortable for you to carry for protection. I'm talking to the gals first. All right, they make handguns. My wife couldn't handle this. I bought her a 9mm. She couldn't do it. It's just too heavy. Then we got a smaller 9mm. She really didn't like that either. Then we went and looked again, and she found a 380, which will still do the job. But she found a 380. That 380 fits in the palm of my hand. Not like this. The 380 fits in the palm of my hand. I can put it in my front pocket. You can't even see it. So find a weapon that's comfortable for you. Then, before you do anything with it, get some training. A lot of the local police gun ranges and a lot of gun clubs in your area have weapons training. The NRA always has something going on somewhere for weapons training. Learn to use your weapons safely. Gun safety is the utmost importance. So learn to have a weapon and be able to defend yourself with it. Now, if you can't handle the gun, because guns are big, scary things, and I'm not putting anybody down, but that's the way everybody acts. If you can't handle a gun, then you need to do something else. My next suggestion for everyone would be this, okay? Get one of these. Hopefully that's showing up okay. This is called a fast strike. Fast strike. Fits in the palm of your hand. It's good to grip. Now, this is a steel cable, guys. A steel cable is rubber coated here, not thickly. There's no padding here, but it's rubber coated. You can adjust the cable into the handle as far as you want it to go down so that it's more flexible or more stiff. I have it pretty flexible, okay? But this is steel cable, steel tip. This is for self-defense. You hit somebody with this, I don't care if it's the biggest man, all right? Are they going to get mad and attack you? Yeah. So when you hit with this, you don't stop hitting until they go down. Just that simple. And none of this, that isn't going to do anything. You know, wham, as hard as you can. You hit them with everything you've got. And you keep hitting them until they run away. Okay? You're talking your life. You're talking self-defense. You're talking about defending your family. This piece of cable will do it. I'm telling you, I don't care how bad the guy is, you know, how tough the man is. You hit somebody across the mouth, the face, the neck, the arms, the shoulders, the back with this thing, they're going to go down. Very powerful, very painful, okay? Keep this in mind. Now, if you have a guy's got a big old padded coat like this, like I've got on, you hit him in the face, okay? Hit him in the thighs, the legs, really hard. Hit him in the crotch. You hit them anywhere you have to hit them to defend yourself, especially you ladies, okay? It's not a put down to you, but let's just be real. Most guys are stronger and bigger than most gals, and they need to do what it takes to protect themselves. Now, you men out there, my personal opinion, you owe it to your girlfriend or your wife to get them one of these and teach them how to use it. You can find stuff on it here on YouTube. This handle will bend down in here. Excuse me, the cable will bend down, and you can put it inside the handle, and most gals can carry this in their purse. You don't wait till someone is on top of you to fumble with your purse and try to get this out of the handle. You can't do that, okay? You don't. When things start to look ugly, you get this out. Just get it out. Keep it, you know, behind your purse, in your arms, and by your side, but you get yourself prepared and you don't waste till the last second to do that, okay? Fast strike. I highly recommend it. Less lethal. It's not going to kill anybody, okay? Fast strike. Very, very important. No, they don't pay me. No, I'm not getting anything out of telling you this stuff. Next, I would offer would be the Defender. Now, this comes in different sizes. I have one for my wife. My mom has one. My sister has one. My brother-in-law has one. I have one. My children do not yet. My son has one. My youngest son has one. But my daughter and my other boys do not. That's their choice. Okay, a Defender, you can watch about this here on YouTube too. The sensei that makes these, the gentleman that makes these, he's a self-defense instructor. He's a martial arts instructor that created this. This doesn't look like much. First of all, it's, as you can see through it, there you go. It's plexiglass type material. This end is sharp. These are not sharp, but they do the job, and I'll explain them. First of all, it sounds so stupid. First, this goes on your belt loop, guys, and this will fit in your butt pocket. Pull, there, boom, it's ready to go, okay? All right, now, with that being the case, this doesn't look like much, okay? But you whack somebody on the head with this thing, it hurts. It hurts a lot. Okay, so you can whack them on the head. You can break their finger. You can take this portion here, and they make different style defenders. Some of them have a very, very pointy, more than this, on both ends, okay? But you take this point, it goes in the ear, just like you've seen on my opening video. You can use it in their throat, the back of their neck, their back and their ribs, okay? The collar, anywhere. This portion here, you can grab them by the nose. If you're on the ground, you're wrestling, you can use this. You can grab them by the nose. You can grab them by the ear. You pinch and you twist, okay? Their skin will fill in each one of these little areas, even in my fat throat, okay? You can grab it, and the skin goes in here. You hold on tight, and you twist for all it's worth. They will back off. They will be pleading for mercy, okay? So that's important. So you can whack them on the head. You can break their digit, break a finger. You could use this on their ear, their nose, their crotch, the back of their neck, anywhere. They teach you, they have training videos that will teach you how to use this properly. So the defender, I think that this is $25, basically. This is $25, basically. Okay, the prices may have changed a little bit. But a defender, it's not going to draw attention to you. It's not a gun. It's not a knife. It's not a scary thing. I've had men think that this was a tool that I use at work when they've seen it. I keep it in my butt pocket, and then I just pull this when I need to take it out. But, you know, not going to get into trouble. And I'll tell you a true story. I wasn't thinking when I took my wife to the airport. She had a business trip to go on, and I took her to the airport. I had this on me. It wasn't until I was walking up to the metal detector thing and to the person that was going to use the wand on me that I realized I had this in my pocket. And they had me take everything out of my pockets and put them in the little tray, right? And then they run it through the scanner. When I took this out, I thought, I'm toast. This guy's going to give me heck about this thing. He stood there and watched me. I took it out, laid it in the basket. He took the basket, looked at it, and pushed it on through. Never said a word. Why? Because it's not a big old scary gun. It's not a knife, and it's not something that's going to freak anyone out. They will have no clue what it is. Those are two different tools that you can get that are less lethal, that aren't going to kill anybody, and they're very affordable. And then lastly, I know nobody likes to, but knife, guys. Let me tell you something. Listen. This is the last thing in the world. I would rather shoot somebody. I know you don't understand this, but this is for me. I would rather shoot somebody than use a knife. I always have it on me, but it just makes me cringe if I ever see a movie or something where someone gets stabbed with a knife. I personally never intend using this on a person, but I keep it with me all the time. Because if it's my family, if it's them or me, I'm going to do whatever it takes to protect my family or protect myself. So there. Those are 4 things that you can use to protect yourself, to build a system of protection where you are training on a regular basis, that you can use this, either one of these things out of muscle memory. Not because you have to think about it. It's just natural. You just, boom, you're right in the moment, and you can use it. Very, very important. All very affordable, okay? Maybe not the handgun as much, but everything else, totally affordable. Okay, now, the last thing I would recommend to you guys for protection, on my videos, I have created, what do you call them, playlists that maybe only have a couple videos on them, some of them might have 3. I have a playlist that discusses self-defense. There is a soldier, for you Christian guys, don't get all up in a wad about it and get freaked out. He's going to introduce himself as Sergeant Badass. That's what he calls himself, okay? This is a secular man. But he has a little old gal, which I'm assuming is his wife, and himself, and they teach self-defense things on video. One step at a time. My kids are practicing to his videos. This lady that's with him, like I said, they're both military. I think she is his wife. But this is a pretty big man, and she can take him down. No problem. And they teach you how to do that. So that's something else I recommend highly to everyone, men and women alike, is learn self-defense. Most guys think, oh, I'm pretty tough. I'll just punch their face off. Get real. That's fine to a point, but then there's a point where that's not going to work anymore. So self-defense. Learn to be able to do different things to incapacitate someone without killing them. Okay? All right, that's it. I hope you found this helpful. Thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever you think. Leave your comments. Any questions you have, I'd be glad to answer them. And I will talk to you guys again on the next video. You guys have a great day. See ya.